Hello, I'd like to welcome everyone to the first release of AVEVA Edge Management. I'm super happy to announce our release here, our first initial release here. So AVEVA Edge Management is a new offering in February of 2020. It brings in this new concept of a cloud managed device. What we've built is the ability to register a device through AVEVA Connect in the cloud, provision software, and deploy and manage edge modules, which are software from AVEVA, as well as monitor the health and status of these devices. We are initially launching here with one edge module based on the AVEVA Edge or the InTouch Edge IoT view on Linux. Shortly after this release, there will be coming two other edge modules of the same product, one that can run on ARM Linux, which is mainly used for devices like a Raspberry Pi, as well as Windows devices, so you can use a full Windows runtime in the fully featured products. There's also an additional backlog of other product modules that you can contact me about. One of the key things here with the release, with the launch, is that AVEVA Edge Management is not a licensed product. It is a delivery mechanism to deliver other software solutions like AVEVA Edge. That's why we do have a backlog of other product modules that can go through this delivery mechanism. So the licensing is tied through the AVEVA Flex credits that are being used to purchase those Edge modules and not Edge Management. The big concept that we brought in here is the ability to remotely configure devices and the software that runs on these devices. So what we have is we have someone that can actually develop the application. So in the InTouch Edge or the AVEVA Edge scenario, they can develop the screens and the data integration. And then what we can do is we can install a small little bootstrap, just running a single command line on the device that pairs a digital device that's been created in the AVEVA Connect Cloud with a physical device in the real world. This includes downloading all the dependencies, doing all the pairing, and all these other aspects through a single command. Once that device is paired, it'll check to the cloud for updates. So when that person actually publishes the changes of the actual application, that device will go and check for those updates and then download those updates, as well as the Edge module and any configuration that was made. These Edge modules are running on a containerized technology, so all the dependencies are built into the container, and it's very easy for then the user to go and change the actual configuration of the application that's being developed. So for example, if they change the application for AVEVA Edge and they add a new screen, that device will automatically go and check and say, okay, there's a new configuration or new application for me, and automatically download that new solution. The same concept goes when you have new releases of software. So if a new version of the AVEVA Edge or the InTouch Edge solution comes out, that device, that person will change it on the virtual device, and once it's changed on the virtual device and deployed, that physical device will go and download the latest version of the solution, including the updated software. We can see the architecture here. Edge management is a part of AVEVA Connect. And on the right-hand side, you can see what actually ends up on an edge device. What we've done is we've leveraged this container technology here, where we can actually take a device with a host operating system, similar to virtualization, and then put a container of our software solution and configuration inside of it. So what we do in AVEVA here is that we produce the container with the container operating system components. We've containerized a module here for AVEVA Edge, InTouch Edge. And then we can actually have the user assign the configuration that goes along with each one of these devices with the module. So if you think about the container operating system portion, those are basically all the dependencies that are required to run this type of solution. So to run the AVEVA software, the module is the actual software provided by AVEVA. So typically it's going to be the runtime execution of something like the Edge HMI. And then the configuration is going to be what the module will actually execute. So in our scenario here for AVEVA Edge in the first release, this is going to be the screens and the data integration and the logic that goes behind it. So what I'd like to show is 3 simple videos that can show you how easy it is to configure and deploy a device. So step 1 is to create the virtual device. In the portal, you'll see a device list. You'll very easily be able to add a new digital representation of the device. So you can see here, we're going to put in a name, we're going to put in a description, We can put in keywords, and that'll just make it easier for us to find this device later, as well as filter multiple devices. You're going to be able to pick a target platform, so based on the specific Linux for a first release. The other two in the next releases, it's going to be based on Windows or potentially Linux ARM. The second part would be to actually pull in the modules, and you would pull in the specific module for Edge IoT view. You would put in the different parameters. So here we put in the different parameters for mobile access port, as well as upload the project configuration. So those are the actual screens, the other project files. And then what we're going to be able to do is we've kind of published this to the cloud. We're going to be able to deploy this to the actual device. So we're going to select a time period using AVEVA Flex, and you can automatically renew that if you wish. And then you click on deploy, and then that digital device is fully prepared. In this scenario, in 1, 2, and 3, you can actually flip 2 and 3, and a lot of the times we think people that will create a virtual device and then bootstrap the physical device. But the step 3 here is based on pairing this device, the digital device, with the actual physical device here. So we're going to copy a simple command and be able to paste that into a Linux device here. You can see this is going to go and download all the dependencies that are needed for the software to run, and it's going to actually be able to download the configuration or the application that's developed, that was developed and uploaded, and then you'll be able to see that it will run here just like it does on a normal AVEVA Edge or InTouch Edge solution. So I want to stop here. Huge thank you to the IoT Edge Services R&D team for our initial release. We're a complete distributed team. They've worked really hard over the last few quarters here to get this out the door. Everyone here, thank you for watching. Look out for additional Edge modules in the future as well. If you have any questions, you can contact me, Brendan Joyce, and my email is here as well. Thank you.